Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklam Bharadharam Vishnum Safivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyat Viradavaktraadhyaha Parishadhyaha Parastatam Vignam Vignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamastraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishna Dvaipaya Namvyasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Nara Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasra Netranana Padabahoho Sahasra Namnam Savanam Prachastham Niruchyate Janma Jaradi Shantyai. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off last time. In the last class, we came up to Dravina Pruha. Okay. 61 we started. Sudhanva Kanda Parasur Dharuno Dravina Pradaha. Sudhanva Kanda Parasur Dharuno Dravina Pradaha. Devis Prat Sarvadhak Vyaso Vachaspati Rayo Nijaha. No, Devis Prat Sarvadhak Vyasaha Vachaspati Ayo Nijaha. Devis Prat. Now it's also sometimes Devas Prat also some Padam is there. Teaching is like that. Devas Prat. That means one who touches the Akasam. One who touches the Akasam. What does it mean? Immediately we think physically, not lifting your head up or growing tall enough to touch the Akasam. That's not what it is. See, you got to look at it, the essence behind it. The Akasam came from, manifested itself. Akasam means space. Space manifested itself from the subtlest of the Tanmatras, which is sound. And sound itself came from Ahankaram and all that. That eventually everything comes from Bhagavan. And when we say it's one touches the Akasam, means with there is the essence that is hidden. That is, we call it as Rahasyam does not is a word that is used, but it does not mean secretive. It just remains unknown. It's invisible, and that aspect of it is present in space. Bhagavan, the Mamaivaso Sarvabhuta Jivaloke Sarvabhuta Sanatanadi, the Akasam itself is pervaded, completely pervaded by the essence of Bhagavan, that is prema, selfless love. And it also means the Devis Prit, Parasara Bhattar says, one who knows the Paramartham. Paramartham is Parama Artham. Artham is the essence. Parama is the supreme. One who knows the supreme essence, the sacred essence in everything. That is Devis Prit. So space does not only mean sky. Space also means the space in between the nucleus and the electron orbits that in our own body. So please remember, the whole universe is something like 90% space and the remaining 10% material. Some order like that. It is a very huge amount of space. So there is Sarvadhrik. Sankara Bhagavad Padal takes the Sarvadhrik Vyasaha as one nama. It combines both as one nama. That means one who knows everything. So when the knowledge itself originates from him, obviously he knows everything, what we call as omniscient in English, Sarvadrik. Now, Vyasaha, as we know, is one who had explained, not only collated more than that, is also organized, that is more than that. It's also explained the essence of all the Vedas and also given us the structured way of studying them so that we ourselves can understand and relate to them on a personal level and benefit from it. And with the limited intelligence that we have today in Kali Yugam compared to the previous Yugam, our intelligence is definitely dented. It is definitely not sharp. Okay, it is dull compared to how people were, how our ancestors were. And because in relation to, in consonance with our own limited abilities, not only intelligence, also our limited deficiencies in discipline, deficiencies in determination, deficiencies in perseverance. Because considering all that, Vyasa Bhagavan arranged the study of Vedas in different groups. 4 basic groups, and each one of them there are fundamental groups, subgroups. So make it easy for us to read. And that is, so he not only knows everything, but he's also arranged the structure of knowledge and discipline in a way that we can study and understand with the limited and dented and duller abilities and aptitudes that we have in Kali Yuga. So Sarvadrik Vyasaha is what he says. Now, Parasara Bhattar joins differently. The Vidwan is Sarvadrik. The Vidwan is the word we use very loosely today. For everybody we use as the word Vidwan. That is not true. Vidwan means one who knows. And one who knows what? Vid means to know. One who knows the essence, the Paramapurusha, the entity that is being revealed through the Vedas. Vedahametam, the width is what we need. That is the true Vidwan. And that applies to Bhagavan. So Sarvadrik means that. So in Purushottama Rishi says, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam, that great Purusha, that greatest of all, I know him. Okay? And he shines beyond the darkness of ignorance. What he says, so that person, that Vidwan, one who knows that, is Vidwan. Sarvadrik Vyasaha. Now, Sankara Bhashyam, as I mentioned, takes Sarvadrik Vyasaha together, and so Vyasa Bhagavan himself is a Narayana avatar, as we say even in our prayer Slokams in Sahasranamam. So he has taken both the names together, Sarvadrik Vyasaha. Parasara Bhattar takes it as two namas, 2 names. Sarvadrik is a Vidwan, and Vyasaha, one who arranged and structured and collated the various studies of the various parts of Vedas, because it's such a huge ocean. And just imagine if all the 4 Vedas were combined, they were all together, and we will be completely lost in our ability. We will be completely lost with that. That's why we have these 4 different shakas, as we call shakas, the various Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Rigvedam, and Atharvavedam we have. Then Vachaspatihi. Now again, Shankara Bhagavad takes Vachaspati Ayonijaha as one nama, combined nama. So Ayonijaha means one who is not born from a womb. Ayonijaha, not born out of a womb. Now Vachaspati means one who is the master, the Lord of all knowledge. Not only knowledge, also various vidyas. The Vidya means we call it education, scholarship, as well as knowledge. Vidya, all those different aspects of knowledge are there, finally culminating in knowledge. The one who is the Lord of all that knowledge is Vachaspatihi, and is also Vachaspati Ayonijaha, the Vachaspatihi Ayonijaha, and the Sankara Bhashyam takes both names together. So he is one who is not born from the womb. Parasara Bhattar explains this as in a slightly different way. Vachaspatihi takes it a separate name. Vachaspatihi is basically Vidwan, not only Vidwan, is also the Lord of knowledge. Okay, not only one who knows, but is also the Lord of all knowledges. And Parasara Bhattar says, he applies that to Vyasa Bhagavan, Vachaspatihi. He says he is the one who composed Mahabharatam. And the Mahabharatam is equated to, is the same as Saraswati. And please remember that, Saraswati. And Vyasa Bhagavan is the one who composed Mahabharatam. Mahabharatam is a record of history. It is not a Puranam, it is not a story, it is a history. It is a story of Bhagavan himself and how people lived in devoted to Bhagavan, and how they lived also when they moved away from devotion to Bhagavan, what happened. So everything is described what happened in our own motherland, thousands and thousands of years ago. So Vachaspatihi in Parasara Bhattar's explanation is, it denotes Vyasa who composed Mahabharatam. Well, Sankara Bhashyam says Vachaspatihi is the one who is the Lord of all Vidya. And I also Ayonijaha. Ayonijaha, he says, for some reason he has taken both names together, one who is not born in womb. Now, the next Nama is Ayonijaha. Then Parasara Bhattar gives the same meaning, and he describes this as an avataram of Bhagavan. It's called the Sarasvata avataram. Okay, and Sarasvata is the name that also comes in Rudram, as most of you know. How did this avataram take place? In Mahabharatam, in Shanti Parvam, it is described. And that is what the Sarasvata, this Ayonijaha Namam denotes, is what Parasara Bhattar teaches us. And he says, when Bhagavan creates and recreates and recreate, dissolves and recreate, the cycle keeps on going. When the universe is created again, the sound that comes is Bho, the sound comes. And this is what Bhagavatam also describes on the creation. The very first thing, the subtlest of the tanmatras in the creation is really the sound form. The sound is the sound is Bho, he says. That from that sound, Sarasvata came, is what Mahabharatam says. Now it may sound confusing, but basically all this means is Bhagavan is present as Sabdamayi, in the form of sound, Characharamayi, Anandamayi, Satyamayi. So many ways we relate to the presence of Bhagavan in our life. So where does the sound originate from? It is Ayonijaha. It is born without, it's not born in any womb. So the Sabdamayi is what is denoted by Ayonijaha, is what Parasara Bhattar says. So Divisprit, Sarvadrik, Vyasaha. So this whole section, as you can see, Parasara Bhattar enjoy this as the avataram of Vyasa. Vachaspatihi Ayonijaha. Trisama Samadat Sama Nirvanam Beshajam Bishate. Trisama Samagaha Sama Nirvanam Beshajam Bishate. Trisama, as the word three says, three, Sama denotes the Samam, the Sama way of reciting Vedam. So Bhagavan is the one who is worshipped in the three forms of Sama worship, Sama Vedangal. What are the three forms? Brihat is there, Ratantram is there, and Vamadevyam is there. These are the three divisions of Samavedam. And Samavedam is a beautiful music. It's a music that we call today, whether it is Carnatic music or Hindustani music, the 7 notes that have come about, that whether it's Western music, all of them have 7 notes only. And that is arisen from Samavedam only. And Samavedam itself has got 3 divisions, and it is worshipping, it is praising, singing the glory of Bhagavan. There are 3 divisions, Brihat, Ratantram, and Vamadevyam. So Trisama, one who is worshipped by the 3 divisions, 3 groups of the Samaveda singing. Samagaha. Samagaha. The Greek Gaha is very important. Now, in Sanskritam, when you look at, for example, the Ga and Ka, when it is attached when it comes at the end of the word, the meanings are very interesting and something that you can understand and enjoy yourself. So what I learned from Paramacharya, I'll share with you very briefly. If you look at Naraka, the word Naraka, okay, Nara denotes our humanity. The moment you say Naraka, we all know colloquially it means hell. What does it mean? It means very nature behavior, something despicable, very cruel, violent, and that kind of behavior and that kind of a conduct and environment and the surroundings is what Naraka denotes. So the Ka means immediately it takes you to the Nicha Sthanam, which is the lowest form of that. Now, Samagaha here, it means the one who actually recites the Samaganam. See, the Bhagavan, and I've been blessed to hear Bhagavan himself recite Vedam, and it's really phenomenal. We all think, the only human beings recite Vedams. No, Bhagavan also is singing, reciting Vedam, because they're so blissful when you're totally involved in reciting Vedam the proper way. That actually is extremely blissful. So it is so blissful that Bhagavan also is reciting. We all think Narayana is just lying there on the snake bed. No, he's also singing this Samagana. So that is Samagaha. Samagaha. Trisama, Samagaha, Sama. See, the whole thing now is talking about the Sama Veda, very interesting, the Sama. So as Bhagavan says, among all the Vedas, I am the Samavedam, he says. He does not say I'm a Rigvedam or Yajurvedam, even though he's present in that. When in Bhagavad Gita, when he talks about the Vibhuti, in the Vibhuti Yogam, in the Adhyayam, he describes, so Arjuna asks him, where are you present? Show me, where. He gives lots of examples. I'm here, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, like that, right? But then at the end, he also says, so that to avoid any confusion and misunderstanding, he says, no, I'm present everywhere. But you see my effulgence, my shining brighter in the best among things, he says. Right? And that we can all relate to when you think of Kanji Paramacharya, the effulgence of sacrifice shines there, isn't it? So even though he had the same human body like you and me, there's a special effulgence that is shining. So you can see an aspect of divinity that is shining. That is what Bhagavan means. So Samavedam, among all the Vedas, I am present as Samavedam. The Samavedam is something that is so musical and takes you right closer to Bhagavan himself. So beautiful it is. And Sama also means, according to Parasara Bhattar, one who eliminates and destroys all the sins, all the demerits of people who sing Samavedam. While he himself sings and enjoys, that is Samagaha, and is also present. He is the Samavedam, the embodiment of that Vedam, and is also worshipped. The Vedam itself worships him by the 3 groups. Trisama is also Sama one who removes, not only manifests as a Samavedam, but one who removes the sins, sinful activities and sinful burden, whatever we are carrying, the baggage, completely eliminates it, of those people who praise him and worship him through Samavedam. Trisama, Samagaha, Sama, Nirvanam. Nirvanam is a word we are all familiar with. It's now been quite widely used even in the English language, like Nirvana and all that. What does it actually mean? Nirvanam. Nir means without. Nirvanam, without any misery, without any sufferings, without any sadness. And so what does it mean when there is sadness, sufferings and misery? What is the actual residue? What is really the base that is left there? It is only Brahmanandam. So Nirvanam means Brahmanandam. Same thing as Vaikuntham. The sans misery, sans suffering, sans difficulties. So complete, total bliss. That is Nirvanam. Bheshajam. Bheshajam. Again, etymologically, I'm breaking it for you, so you can also relate and enjoy it yourself. So it's a personal journey, it's a personal relation that you develop with these various Sanskrit words and what they mean, and then they take you in your own path. You can enjoy them. So let me break it for you etymologically. Jam, word ja, whenever you come across jam, ja, that denotes something that is born. Okay, so bhesha, jam. So once it is born, what happens? It is subject to the being born means what? It can be a thought that is born. It can be a desire that is born. Desire and thoughts are related. Okay, a thought comes from a desire and the original cause. And the moment something is born, could be a physical body that is born, and anything that is born, you can see it has to be maintained. It has to be protected. What does this mean? It has to be, when we say maintained and protected and nourished, what we really mean is that to keep its welfare and well-being. So what does it mean? That means it is subject to illness, it's subject to disease, it's subject to, because of illness and disease, we have difficulties. Whether it is mental illness or physical illness, doesn't matter. All our difficulties and sufferings come because of lack of health only, right? So, the Bheshajam, and also people like you and me, like especially I can talk about myself, they having taken birth in this body, I'm subject to the vagaries, the ups and downs, and I'm bound. It's a bondage that I'm not free from. It's a shackle, right? And how do I get freed from this? So what is the medicine? What is the remedy? So Bheshajam means one who is the present as the medicine for curing the illness of everything that is born. Okay, whatever illness it could be physical illness. Where does a cure come from? Right? You must think, not from the physical medicine I take. Yes, chemical reactions take place. If I take an antibiotic, yes, the chemical reaction takes place in my body. But the chemical reaction itself doesn't solve the problem, doesn't solve the illness. It is the essence, the force behind it. What comes out of that, and what is the power, what makes those reactions take place, right? Those are important. That brings it back to a sense of balance, removes the illnesses. So starting at a physical level, then talking on an emotional level. This is emotional illness is there. How do we cure it, right? Somebody is suffering greatly, and you give them a very kind, compassionate word. What happens? You give them a hug. What the power of those, that power that is present in curing that is Bheshajam. Same way, there is mental illness, there is suffering and hopelessness or whatever. Give them a shot of confidence with your words and actions or whatever. Somebody helps you at time of need. There is a tremendous power that removes all sufferings. And same way, spiritual illness. So everything that we think of, that whatever is born, that is subject to this illness, Bheshajam, that present as the medicine, the remedy to cure the illnesses of everything that is born. Spiritual illness means what? When I go astray, when I'm not following the path that is prescribed, therefore I'm suffering, right? And bringing me back to the path, that is a remedy, that is a medicine, that is Bheshajam. So this is how Swami is present 24/7 all the time in my life. And you can relate to Bhagavan in this way very personally in your life. Bheshajam, Bhishak. So Nirvanam, Bheshajam, Bhishak. Now Bhishak, same way, again the root word is there right in the beginning. It specifically, Bhishak means one who not only removes the illness of samsara sagaram, the bondage, the freedom from the bondage of birth and death, right? But also the knowledge, one who teaches the knowledge, one who gives us the medicine. It's for me to take it or not. He's not only present as the medicine, but he also gives himself as the medicine. And that is what he teaches, the Atma Vidhe, the Paravidhe, the pathway to freedom and the pathway to bliss. And in Bhagavad Gita, this is what Sankara Bhagavad says, Bhishaka means one who teaches the vidya, the knowledge that removes all illnesses, including the illnesses of being bound in the cycle of birth and death in Bhagavad Gita. And Parasara Bhattar says, now it's very interesting. You know, as we know in our own allopathic medicine and all that, sometimes, you know, we use a certain limited quantity of a poison itself as a cure to remove the poison in the body, right? We all know that. And here, Bhagavan teaches in Bhagavad Gita the reason, the karanam, you know, the cause for why we are suffering, and is also is a medicine. This is the Rudra aspect, which means when I do something wrong, I have to be corrected. The correction is what comes as suffering for us, right? So he is the cause for that. The things have to be corrected. And not only correction, it also points a right pathway. He is also the what they call as a parihara, which means if I hold on to him, that itself removes the suffering. So he is present in both aspects of it. And in that sense, he is the best doctor there is. This is what Bhishaka also means, doctor. This is what Parasara Bhattar beautifully describes. The same thing is used in, it comes in Rudram also. So Bhishaka is a beautiful word. It's a doctor who cures illnesses. So it's a Trisama Samagaha Sama Nirvanam Bheshajam Bhishake. Sannyasa Krichamaha Shanto Nishta Santihi Parayanam. We'll take that next line from Slokam number, second line in Slokam number 62. Now, Santam is a beautiful word, so is Parayanam. Okay, but anyway, we'll first take Sannyasa Krut. Sannyasa Krut. Again, etymologically, if you just break it up, Sannyasa Krut. Right? Nyasa means to establish yourself, stay there for a very long time. Well, how long? Always. That is what Nyasam means. Sannyasam. San means with Bhagavan, the lotus feet, in the supreme entity, place yourself and stay there, period. That is sannyasam. Okay? So that is called attachment to Bhagavan. So when I attach myself to Bhagavan, automatically I get detached from everything else. Then we use a colloquial meaning, giving up everything, sacrificing everything. But that's not possible. Okay? I have to do sannyasam in order to give up things. So that is sannyasam. Krut means one who does it. So Bhagavan shows us the way He is the one who created, shows the pathway to sannyasam. This is what every Avatara Purushan manifests, is sannyasam only. Okay, sannyasa krut means one who has created this pathway for us. If sannyasam has not been created, if I hold on to Bhagavan and thereby get release from everything else, from my sufferings and happiness and miseries and everything else I get release from, okay, well, how would I do that? So this pathway has been created, has been shown, this is the road that he has actually constructed for us. And he manifests himself, not only the road, also the journey along the road. Every avataram shows only this. And this is nothing but the pathway of selfless love. Because once I hold on to selfless love, everything, all the other things that I'm hanging on to, things that are giving me problems and agitations in mind and everything, they all kind of go away. This is the beauty. And that is what, in a very simple way, in a simple but extremely powerful way, every avataram manifests. Now, when we read the stories and glories of Bhagavan, and why Bhagavatam is so attractive even today, even for an atheist, even for an agnostic, even for people who are not interested in about Bhagavan, even if the story of Bhagavatam just happens to fall in their ears, even without them realizing, that immediately transforms them, because the sweetness of that selfless love is there. How if the avataram that are described in Bhagavatam, including Krishna avataram, how every act, every word, every look is only suffused with this prema. And that is sannyasam. Sannyasam means establishing fully, totally, exclusively, always, at all times, only in that sun, which is prema, which is selfless love. So this is what personally that we all have to follow. And that krit, that pathway, that teaching, not only the lighting the pathway, but also journeying along with me. Bhagavan takes me by his hand to travel in that path. This krit is the one who's doing it. Sannyasa krit. So next, I think our time is up for today. So we'll take up sannyasa krit. Samaha. Samaha, Santaha, Nishtaha, Nishta, Santihi, Parayanam. That we will take up in our next class with Swami's grace. So today we did, and let me do 61 and 62, but we did part of 61 and part of 62 today. Slokam number 61 is Sudhanva Kanda Parasur Daruno Dravina Pradaha Divis Sarvadhrak Vyasaha Vachaspatihi Ayonijaha Vachaspatirayoниjaha Trusama Samagasama Nirvanam Bheshajam Bishak Sannyasa Krichama Santo Nishta Santi Parayanam. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.